Oh, wow. Hey, what's up, peoples? We got the incense going today. I just took a nice long nap. Okay. Looking for a taco truck? Stuffed clover snail will overpay. Cool, man. Cool. I hope you find your taco truck. Do you edit? You got edits in your name. Peyton Hollis says hi. How you doing? I have like a interesting smirk on my face. I'm tired because I just woke up, so I haven't officially uh, come back to this reality right now. Um, but I stream every night, and I've done that consistently, and we're gonna keep this thing going. So I'm here. Take the poll. Let's see. Looks like we got some votes. A vote. A vote. One vote. That's cool. Today is my first time being rested coming on here. Usually I'm dead tired. So we'll see if that helps or it hurts. If you're in the chat or you want to be in the chat, shout out where you are. Shout out where you're from. We'll get started. I I'm here to bring some positive energy. I'm not a healer, but we had a nice conversation yesterday about healing, and we'll see where the conversation goes today. We'll probably get some usuals, and hopefully we'll meet some new people today. I had interesting moment today. I had an interesting moment today. Um, I felt powerless. I felt lack of control over my circumstance, even though that's par for the course. But I felt like I was up against some broader choices that I've made in my life. And those choices have led to exactly where I am today. And it was hard to deal with. I'm only at peace with it because I went to sleep. So, say I ran away. I ran away and went to sleep, but it is what it is. I have to figure out my problems. You have to figure out your problems. The only constant is that we both have problems. So how's everyone doing? I need to check on others. I know my day sucked, but how about yours? I gotta work. I gotta work on the placement of where I'm looking at. I feel like I'm never looking into the camera. Maybe we'll check out some stuff. Um, I seen something I wanted to look at on the internet. Maybe we could look at that together. Briefly. I feel like it's story time. Maybe that's a good way to start this off. Um, I know someone's in here, but I feel like I'm talking to myself. I really could do a ping in the chat so that I know what's out there. And either way, I'm being super disciplined about this. I'm forcing it. I'm trying to grow this muscle memory. Uh, so if you're watching me fail through this, I don't really have advice for you. I just know that I've been in tougher situations, so I'm okay with it. I got a new hat. I got a new hat. Earlier when I was making this short, I was singing. Well, excuse me, not the short. When I went live today, um, and it was freezing cold, and I still got to do my work, right? Like my hands were busy. I was still doing my work. I got to do my work. At least that's what I tell myself. Um, I don't have this grand plan to get what I need to get done. I kind of go with the flow of yesterday and today, um, and that it helps propel me forward. I'm open to the ideas that come randomly. So when they come, I kind of just restructure them. But today, I found myself when I started the stream, I just started singing. I was singing a song that I don't know about being cold. I was just making up words. Words were just coming to me because I was cold. And I was trying to get through the work. It's pretty clear how a lot of historical music has come into play. I hope I'm still on because I'm seeing this. I'm not able to get to this website. It might be double whammy night. Oh. Yeah, it might be double whammy night. I might have technical issues and I'm not prepared. That sucks. You guys watch anyone whomever's out there, you guys watch anything cool today? I was just watching Marcellus Wiley hydration situation. That's his YouTube. I think that's the name of his. No, it's not the name of his channel. But that's like a show that he does. And I haven't seen much commentary on what's going on with the WNBA CBA collective bargaining agreement. But things don't look good at the moment. And it's an interesting topic. So I was looking at that. Of course, I watched a bunch of good audio content. I listened to a bunch of music today. I was a little all over the place. So we still got one vote. Let me just read it off. Maybe it'll spark something in the algorithm. What's been helping you reset lately? Getting outside, reflecting, talking with others, and staying busy. Yeah, that's a dry poll right there. I'm super tired, bro. I thought the picture was on the whole. I thought I was on the main scene this whole time. Well, I can't say they left because they didn't like the way I looked. At least someone could have said in the chat, like, you're not here. What kind of empty vessel is that? Like, what is that about? I almost want to restart the live, but 14 minutes of darkness on day 42, 43. You thought I wanted to sit in here in the dark by myself? And you weren't going to tell me that I was in the dark? You thought I was doing sexy voiceovers? That's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody come in here. I'm gonna just say something to everybody, because I don't appreciate the disrespect. I'm gonna be a different person tonight. That's crazy. I've watched so many creators do this where they turn they turn on their audience. I don't know if this is someone came in the chat. Yeah, you're in trouble if you come in here. I'll just tell you that. For 14 minutes the screen was black. I think I'm cool because of the software that I'm using, and I'm super tired. Just jumped on here, and the screen was black. 14 minutes, didn't know it. And the 31 people who I got views from. Jared James, what's up? Of course I remember you. You wouldn't have let me sit in here in the dark, would you? This is what it looked like, Jared James. For 14 minutes, I was sitting here talking. And this is what it looked like. And no one said anything. They didn't even say anything in the chat. All I got was said hi, if you could see the chat. For 14 minutes. Now I'm acting, I don't want to say I'm acting mad, but I am a little rattled. Much needed rattling though. I was a little too calm before that moment. Now I realize I gotta wake up. I did take a nap before the stream. So my eyes are a little red. So got some incense burning. Yassine, yo, what's up, man? Yassine, I was just telling Jared James, I was in here on stream and the screen was black. It was black, like it was black. It was this. And I was sitting here talking on the mic for 14 minutes and no one said anything. 30 people came in here and I didn't know. I was not aware. And 30 people came in here and said absolutely nothing. That the screen was black. And I'm a little taken back by that. But the flip side, the positive side of that is 30 people didn't leave because they didn't like the way I looked. Because they didn't even see me. Yeah, it's gotta be okay. There's been so many lessons on this journey that I just take it as such. I literally woke up 4 minutes before I wanted to go live, and I tried to push myself to say, okay, well, I can still make the time. And I didn't do any kind of like pre-stream check. I just kind of, I have things left over the way I had them yesterday, and we just move forward with that. So phones are cigarettes for your eyes. Mick the Pig, what's up, my friend? What is up?
Sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby.
Jared James, do you know any extinct animals, dinosaurs, science, and extinct marine reptiles? Yeah. So Mick the Pig, I was just telling Yassine that I started the stream. I took a nap. Had a hell of an afternoon. I took a nap and I woke up a few minutes before I wanted to go live. I jumped on here and I had everything in fade to black. And I'm having a good old time trying to wake myself up. And 30 people came in here, and 30 people did not tell me. They must have thought that I was a weird streamer in darkness, that I would just sit here and talk. So I was talking, and because I have, there's two sides. I see my preview and my program. I saw myself on preview, so I was like, all is well. And all was not well. So yeah, what do you guys, how was your guys' day? Somebody get me somewhere. What was the best thing that happened to you guys today? What was that? Was there any magical moments today? Even through all of the madness, I want to hear about the best, the highlight moments today. I have a highlight of my day for sure. And today, building off of last night's stream, yeah, I know the Megalodon. Oh yeah, Jared James, but well aware of the Megalodon. If the Shark Week kind of stuff is, they've made so much comedy out of that. So a lot of people have Shark Week knowledge that you wouldn't expect to have it. Make the Pick says they was good. Got to train a new dude with jiu-jitsu. Came up to me after and said thank you for everything. That's cool, man. That is cool. That's cool. I don't get too many physical moments like that where you're working with someone physically and they appreciate what you're offering them. My highlight of the day this week, I started off in a really good space. I was telling you guys yesterday, I think all of you were here. I was telling you guys yesterday that I was trying to figure out how to be more competitive with not streaming, but just creating content to just reach some of the personal goals that I set for myself and to get comfortable with what this is. And As of yesterday, being Monday, I just kind of said, okay, I'm gonna find content, I'm gonna cut it up, and I'm gonna figure out how to just be better about getting stuff where, just doing the best that I can. And this is the results, I think, early on. Like, let me show you guys. So yesterday, this is a video that I posted, a short. So you can see this video right now is at 1,600 views, and it says it's 987 more than usual. So the typical is anywhere from 180 views to 630 views. And that's cool, man. The only thing that I would say, when you don't get to decide what content is gonna like pop. I've watched so many videos about the timing. I'm gonna answer your question, Yassine, but let me finish. So the timing of there's many factors as to what goes into it. And I've had to take a step back from being so critical, because a lot of the advice that you get, I think it's a lot of the bigger YouTubers that they're already big. So one thing that they're not telling you is that YouTube and the algorithm already has, like, it's like you already judge, when you see somebody, what they're about. Somebody comes into the gym, like somebody goes to, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they come in the gym and you've seen them somewhere else. You already have an expectation of them. So the same rules does not apply when you just see somebody fresh off the street. You've never seen them before, because you literally cannot judge a book by its cover. So you have to kind of do a lot of experimentation and check things out for yourself. So that's what I feel. I feel like I'm breaking from a lot of. It's good to know. I always say, I've learned you have to know the rule before you break the rule. So knowing all of those rules and how not to do stuff, it's helpful. But I'll give you. Actually, let me just put this back up, because I'll show you the rules that I intentionally broke to say I don't really care. So this video doesn't have a description on it, right? So most of what I'm being told is make sure that you have all of the context, all of the keywords that could match. And so clearly, this is all YouTube is getting, is the title, which is required. And I don't even think I put tags on this. Yep, no tags. So this video in particular is YouTube is likely via an algorithm pulling the audio through in the video. And I'll explain why I know this. It makes so much sense, because if no one saw the video, it has to judge. There's not so much that it could judge the video on. It could have algorithm in the back or some AI tool and say, oh, this video's outdoors. The video, it has one person in there. The person looks super energetic. Like, look at the, and tell me, guys, if you get bored at what I'm talking about. I just find these things pretty interesting. I have music on it, so I won't play it, but I'll show you what it chose as the. So look, so there's Crazy Me, right? So I'm in a Big Bird raincoat. I'm looking like Big Bird from Sesame Street. So when you look on YouTube and you look at the thumbnail, this is like the top moment that it's gonna, it makes it, when you post a short, it makes a thumbnail for you. You can update the thumbnail, but the thumbnails in shorts don't have as much validity. So it's making the thumbnail. So what is it considering? If no one has watched the video, how does it know what the best moment of the video is? How does it know? That means that it has technology to watch the video, and when it watches the video, it reads information about the scenery and what's going on. What type of video is it? Who is it? It's gonna read yeah, I see you funny. It's gonna read like if I'm singing in it, so it probably pulls something that says I sung a song, right? So yeah, just wanted to I like getting deeper into that. So Yasin says, if you be a big YouTuber, what's the first thing you would do? Being a big YouTuber, I'm assuming you're saying that I'm gonna be getting the bag. So if you want to know from a money sense, I'll probably be more of the Mr. Beast like kind of a person, where if I had money, I would just be finding a way to give the money back. Like, I love those channels that are finding people on the street and finding a way to get the money and link them with people who are trying to donate to people. Those are, a lot of times, they're Christian based videos. There's always like an underlying message that's connected to God, but I enjoy watching those videos. I'm not super into saying what I am and how I'm connected to that. I just think that from the side of the people who are homeless, I am from New York City. I'm very versed with homeless people, homeless population. It's something that I wanted to do before I've ever seen any of these things. I had a thing, Daywalk, what's up, man? I was working on a project. This is a true story. True Story hasn't joined the chat in a while. My cousin, his name is True Story. I was working on, and I guess I'll give a demo. You guys tell me if it's a good idea. We're gonna rock out with this idea. Hold on, let me just update. Okay, so we did get to 180 subscribers, so that's cool. All right, so I was working on this. I guess it was a docu-series, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I could actually find like my treatment for this. Like, a treatment is a more or less a summary, a breakdown of a creative work. Something you hand out to producers and potential talent. It was called NYC. Oh no, I need a sound for this. Hold on. Oh, ooh, I got one.
Ready or not?
You guys ready to hear this? I don't know how that lined up.
Ready or not?
Are you guys ready to hear the title of this presentation of this thing that I was working on? This is all stemming from Yasin Inhox in the chat, asking what would I be if I was a big YouTuber? What would I do? Okay. I don't know who's ready. All right, we're up to 5. Sorry that the poll is not as intriguing, but we did have a good talk yesterday about just health and wellness. All right, so the title was NYC My boy, 3 R's. There's trouble in the chat. The title was NYC, the streets, the trains, the traffic. Right? And I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. So NYC, the streets, the trains, the traffic. Or was the traffic in? That's what it probably was, the traffic in. And what I was gonna do was find homeless people. Some I probably still know that are out there, and sit down with a camera and get their story. And then on the flip side of that, find real people that can kind of reveal the reality that homeless people are going through, just answering questions about why are they homeless. A lot of people, if you've not encountered like the homeless people, homeless population, you can't say trafficking on social. You say whatever you want. You just got to deal with the consequence. Yeah, a lot of people who may not be familiar with the homeless population, like I've rode the trains, New York City trains, my whole life. Hold on. You be with coming in the chat. Okay, we're back to excellent. On the B said something in the chat, and then everything slowed down on my side. All the greens went to red. But yeah, if you're not familiar with being around a lot of homeless people, it's definitely a eye opener. I grew up around a lot of people who they weren't all homeless, but there was a blend of the population. And I found that a lot of people, they had a lot of stories to tell. And I used to talk to them. I didn't treat them. Some people treat them like they just walk by like they're not there. But there's a flip side to it, right? Some of the people, they're going through so many problems, and in some cases it's not a problem, right? In some cases those are just choices that they want to make. And who are we to tell them that they can't be homeless, right? Like that they have to have a home. So I don't know, I see it from both sides. I did what I was saying before though, before the bit rate kind of blew up on me. I was saying that I wanted to see it from the other side. I wanted to see professionals who could give real feedback and light on what does a city like New York City, what do they do to really try to combat the homeless? What are the bigger issues? What's stopping them from solving the homeless crisis? So I was working through like a whole docu-series that I started kind of just putting together ideas. And on the flip side, it was like I want to get the people off the streets, at least for the time being, and treat them like a real person, right? So it was bringing them to a restaurant, and we're sitting in, now they're dining and eating something, getting them a haircut, like, really going through it, cleaning them up. I'm a random person to them, but that experience could be, just life-changing. But I really want people to see the other side, because I feel like it's like if you aren't black and you ask me about being black, I'm probably not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say anything to you because you're not an insider. But if you hang around long enough, I'll say something that is an inner, something that you have to be told that you may not understand. right? So I know that there's so much that even when you see someone who's in a situation like that, that you really don't see what you think you see. Yassine in the chat says, sorry, before that, Ubiwa says, interview the almost homeless. I think I'm down for whatever if it makes sense. I think having care around the story is the most important thing. People who are homeless, it's hard to say that they understand their rights. So, you could go around and film whatever you want to film. And I just don't know how, there's really nothing to protect people like that. So I think just being careful to their story. I watch a channel, something about like people on the streets of Atlanta, and it's like touch and go, where some of the stories, it almost seems like they're being somewhat exploited. But I do think that the person who's producing it is sort of it's similar to what I'm saying. Like, they feel the importance of getting these stories out, but there is no, I thought of the closure of it, like, because you need both sides. You need to show what the city's plan is, because if you don't want homeless people, or you want to help homeless people, you and I can't help them. I can't just bring all of the homeless people into my house and that's going to fix something, right? So what needs to happen is a city, the place that they're in, just like in LA, they need a plan. They need a real plan to help people, transition. Other countries seem to do a better job. I don't know if it's because they're smaller, or they care more, or whatever, but yeah, but good. I like that. Interviewing the almost homeless. I feel like that's a content play. You be with media, but hey, man, once the camera starts coming on, I feel like it is, it is what it is. Yassine said, if you see me and you can't hurry, what I don't know. What do you mean you can't hurry? You mean you're in a hurry? What's the first thing you would say? If I don't know you, it's okay to just say what's up to people. Yeah, Yassine, I'm having I've noticed a couple times that the bit rate fluctuates, but I'm holding on. Sorry about that. Hope you guys can hold on. Yassine, do you know anyone? You know anyone? Knicks for the win, baby. They are not winning the championship. That's you. You can't. You are a true Knicks fan. You can't be convinced at this point. You are all in. All in. I could film a docuseries of I could go near Madison Square Garden and see the delusional Knicks fans, and then go see the homeless people that, because the Knicks haven't won a championship, are still hanging out right next to the Garden. What the hell is wrong with me? Man, I feel like changing my I don't want to restart my router, but I feel like it's something to do with, if you give me 1 second, I'm gonna see if the other connection will work. It may blip, but I'm telling you, all right, I should be back. Hopefully you guys are still here. I have a fast, how you have like one connection that's like 3G and then 5G. I have a faster connection. I'm hoping that helps it to improve. I had moved from the other one before, but we'll see. Yassine, do you know anyone? Have you ever talked to homeless people? How about you, Make the Pick? You ever like sat down and spoke to a homeless person? I got a real funny story. I need to know. Let's get a read on that. All right, so we got 6 votes on the poll. Or anyone in the chat, have you ever had a conversation or just a powwow with a homeless person? It's story time.
Ready or not?
Okay, so we got 6 votes on the poll so far. What's been helping you reset lately? Obviously, there's a bias on the need for a reset, but everybody can use a reset every now and then. Getting outside, 33%. Not while I'm working from home. Reflecting, 17%. Are you doing that in the mirror? Talking with others, 33%. Hopefully that is someone external from you and not an other person in your head. And staying busy with 17%. We got a story in here. Dude, 100%. There's a skate park in Fishkill I go to all the time. I gotta ask you about where are you talking about? That's pretty close to me. There's a skate bum who's allowed to live there and he protects the park. Oh man, you could get away with calling him a skate bum because that's probably cultural in skate culture. We shared whiskey, gave him the rest out of my 6-pack. Yeah, man, that's cool. That your story sounds it sounds made up, but I know it's legit. Yeah. My okay, if you don't mind putting your favorite homeless person, since you could just put a name in the chat. My favorite homeless person of all time. Well, I have 2. I have one famous homeless person. His name was Rambo. Rambo had he kind of looked like he was trying to star in the movie Rambo. I don't know if that had anything to do. That's an instant, Yasin. I've been in my healing, and I was listening to the Shaolin monk again. No, sorry, I was listening to Alan Watts, and he was talking about yoga and why the sound is in yoga, like the and then he was also talking about incense. So he was breaking down the representation of what these things are in meditation and why they're important. So I'm an incense kind of a person, so I went and got my incense going. I do it every now and then. I have I'll show you. I got a nice little incense holder, and yeah, when I initially said I was going to come on and start streaming, probably a year ago, that's what I thought would be cool. I would get on here and I'd be super relaxed, and the smoke would just be going on the screen, just be smoke. People would be like, "Who the heck is that? What is he?" And it didn't really work out like that. I was kind of coughing. Yeah, it's out now. The incense out, man. No, that would be cool. I didn't even think of that, man. That's a cool filter. All right, well, go eat, man. Go eat. So yeah, Rambo was my favorite homeless guy. I used to sit down on the park bench with Rambo all the time, man. Since I was young, he knew me by first name. He always said positive things, and he would. The one thing I learned from Rambo, I was really young. I was elementary school age, let's say 9 or 10. And Rambo used to carry a bag with him. And at some point, he started to go into the bag, and the bag had a book, like a notebook. And he would sit down and talk to me. He would give me his time, and I had, as a kid, I have nothing to do. And he would show me his drawings. And he had like, and this is, I didn't even, at the time, maybe there was like anime, but at the time, I would say from a martial arts perspective, I'm thinking only the Karate Kid, Ninja Turtles. I'm not thinking that there's much out there. If you guys know the Three Ninjas, there isn't much out there artistically that there ended up being. And I remember opening this book and just seeing all of these martial arts like drawings. So here I have this homeless guy who is pretty much like what Mick the Pig said. He's the park bum. There was a legend that he actually did live there at one point, and they ended up kicking him out. But he was like the park bum, and he had a whole book full of drawings that was like top tier. And he would just talk to me about making decisions in your life, and I wasn't ready to hear any of that. But it always stuck to me that there's more. When you start peeling back the onion layers, there's so much more to people. And he is a person, so there's so much more to people than you think. So get past the surface level. So that's my favorite homeless person. And then there's this really, like you're in junior high school and maybe you tease a homeless guy, you just have fun with him. There was one, he used to always like throw a kick and a punch out there, and he would say, "I kick like Van Damme." And never knew what his backstory, but it wasn't my neighborhood, so. But yeah, I think my whole junior high school, we used to just bother Van Damme and just keep it pushing. But yeah, that would be a cool filter though, Mick the Pig. Put the smoke filter on. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it was a lot of awesome, sometimes dangerous, but a lot of awesome stuff going on. You grow up around that many people. I couldn't imagine it now. Now I'm so used to just being by myself. Yeah. You had escape bum. That's hilarious, man. All right, anyone else still in here? Thanks for making this a fun stream. I got through, like I said, those first 14 minutes where I was so upset, man. I'm telling you, the big channels that I watch, there's a point where they just turn on I don't know if it helps them to drive traffic, but they'll just turn on the people in the chat, and that was my moment. Like, you guys are gonna let me sit here in the dark? You think I'm just streaming in the dark? Do you like it more now or back then? I take the fun, the social part of back then with the mindset of having higher standards of quality of life of now. Huge difference. I come from like a go with the flow, like things are just the way they are mentality. That's why when you live in a bigger city, people aren't politically I'll just say educated, but regardless if they're educated, they're not motivated. They don't realize the power that they have over a stop sign, a stop light being put in, a stop sign being put in. They don't vote in the masses. They don't show up to community board meetings. And then the flip side is now I feel like there's too much interest into simple things. You know, some of the propositions you get on the back of the ballot, it's like y'all could have decided this another way. But yeah, it's just having higher standards of quality of life. So it's just a hard split when I look at school district wise. Denroy F he's changed his name. I don't know if this is a burner account, but he didn't successfully do a burner account because it actually says Denroy. I'm not gonna say your whole name, but Denroy, I don't know if you've been lurking this whole time, but I just kind of said a story. You were a very present, probably closer to this person. We were talking about the homeless, and I kicked like Van Damme in Van Damme, the homeless guy's voice. So how do you say that? Varshar's recipes? What are you cooking? It just kind of made me hungry. Oh, we know what you're cooking. That's the good stuff. Oh yeah. Are you? Yeah. I'm gonna check out some of your food, man. Yeah. Are you? You cook Indian food? I see. What about the Let me not be ignorant. Of course, I know it's Indian food. Of course. How did Denroy F switch that up so quick? He's on a burner account. He's trying to get me these views, man. He trying to get me these views. Oh, I'm checking it out. I don't play about mine, man. I'm gonna put it on the screen because my man Hamza it's not. What's the chicken? What's it called? Chicken 70. No, what is the Indian thing? The Indian dish. Chicken 65? Is it this? You tell me, Varshas. Is it this? Is this a thing? You cook this? And if you do, can you explain to me why it's called Chicken 65? You cook chicken tandoori? Yeah, my old coworker, we had more, whenever we would get on a direct call, because we were both remote. He's in India. Shout out to Hamza if you ever see this. We would have conversations more about food than we would about the actual thing we needed to do. You don't know why it's called yeah, I don't, but this is what I was directed to. But he would eat like the same meal every night. So I was confused, man. What was it? What would he have? I forgot what he would have, but it was like the same meal every night. I don't know if he was just trolling me. Prince, what's up, man? So Rashash, we were, if you did take the poll, thank you. We were just hanging out here. We were talking. Okay, I know how we got into it, but I'll just explain. We were talking about just interacting with homeless people, and if you had any good, I like the good parts of it. Any good stories about, interacting with homeless people. Mick the Pick was talking about a skate bum, and I guess he's allowed to call it a skate bum because he is a part of the skate culture. I don't really like the word bum. I've never liked that word. But I try not to get too sensitive about it because people understand what it is. But I was talking about my favorite homeless person. His name was Rambo. And I've had hundreds of conversations with Rambo as a kid. And he had a notebook in a bag that he used to keep with him. And it had amazing, drawings in it. Amazing drawings. And it's like this guy sitting out here homeless and he got gold in his bag. But yeah, just interesting that sometimes these are the forgotten people, but they, we probably shouldn't forget them. There's a lot to learn from them. Being from New York City, you ride the trains. There's a famous family that come on the trains, and I think their line is, what is it? It ain't no joke, I'm broke. And then they would like play the drums on I shouldn't say the drums. They would play on buckets. It's a little melody they do on buckets. I'm in New York still. I'm just way out of the city. Yeah, when I go to New York City, well, I'm from the Bronx. I'm not from Manhattan or anything. I don't know what people who aren't familiar, when I say I'm from the city, they think I grew up in New York City, Manhattan. Nope. The Bronx is a different place. Some overlap, but not the same place. So, Rashas, what are your goals? I see you have a channel. What are your goals on YouTube? I like to talk about, just in general, like I go and I talk about my journey. You haven't posted in a while. I see that. What's that about? We need to get you to post something, man. This is now part of the reason why I'm here. Just to be honest, part of the reason why I'm here is that I feel like if you have something to offer, like no matter what the form of creativity it is, we're all creative. We all have habits and hobbies. And this is probably one of the purest forms to post your stuff at this point. Yeah, well, I think you should hang out with us. If I were you, I'm not a beggar, but if I were you, I would subscribe. We have a lot of talk about the algorithm, what's going on. I'm kind of sharing my journey. This is my 43rd straight day of streaming. This is not something that I had a specific target of doing. One day I kind of rolled into it, and I just, I've kept it up, and it's hard to stop. And I'm learning so much about what it is to stream and create other forms of content. So obviously my goal is, thanks, Mick the Pig, appreciate that. My initial goal is to become monetized so that I could shut up about being monetized. It's like it's like a rites of passage for creating content. It's to, I'll give you my thank you. I appreciate that. So I'll give you my take on being monetized. I mentioned this last week. One of the hardest things about creating content today, because I created content before there was a YouTube, just for fun, for play, right? So it was somewhat of a hobby of mine. And then you go into the years prior to monetization. This platform was a learning platform. It was a lot to learn, and people like you, who you're putting food out there and recipes and cooking, I could learn from you, and you would have done really well. But the numbers wouldn't necessarily indicate that, because there's a different person that's trying to learn then that comes and hangs out. So culturally, we've kind of shifted to more of a hangout, find your group, find your space, and monetization has come along with that. So one of the biggest problems of creating content is that everyone understands what monetization is, right? Kids is young as 3-4 years old. Adults, if they're on the internet and they're on platforms, they understand that you should try it. You know why you should try it? Because you could become Mr. Beast. You could make all this money. You could be monetized. But that's not what monetization necessarily means. And in the likelihood of that meaning that for all of us, we might as well play lotto if that's what this is about. So when you have a goal of monetization and you put it out there and people are cheering you on, look what we've accomplished. Do I believe it's an accomplishment? Sure. Now, when you get that first check from YouTube and it's 87 cents, I want you to then follow up with your audience. Hear me now. Follow up with your audience and post your 87-cent check for the month because you were monetized. Post it. So I think it's super hilarious to assume that all these people are making all this money. So one of my primary goals of being monetized is so that I could just focus on offering the most quality bro, I said I made it. Hang that check on the wall. 87 cents. Well, think about it. People, what do you see from YouTubers when they get monetized? You don't really see when they get monetized. So people are happy to be monetized. They'll give a shout out, and then you see their plaques. Well, plaques don't come until you reaching like 100,000 subscribers, if they even give it that level anymore. So it's not much of an offering because you really don't know what each person with their particular deal is. But it is a milestone. I want to get to it. That's my goal. So Varshash, do you have a goal of why do you just want to, share just for the sake of sharing? Because I live in that space as well. I do want to just share for the sake of sharing as well. I think that it's important to share. I want to master. I like producing stuff, and I want to be able to master. There's no better place to master producing stuff than here. This is an opportunity. So while I'm learning all of these little marketing tricks, and I have to tap into my integrity to say whether or not this trick works for me or I should do this, because some of them are not good. There's a lot of clickbait out there, and there's a lot of things to lure people in. But then there's also just a quality way to do it. The chances are, if you do real things in your life that you can't fake, and you post it, you'll have a long-term advantage. You may not have a short-term advantage, right? In the short term, it'll seem like it's not working. So I'm playing the long game. Like, I can't make the food that is on your channel, Varshash. I can't do that. It will not look the same. What I can do is I can go order the Indian food, I have a pretty good, when you have a good Indian restaurant near you. My wife told me this. When you see Indians, go there. The only way you know you have a good Indian restaurant is when you see Indians, go there. Others, no. Indians, yes. So I have a really good Indian restaurant. I can go order that food, replate it. I might even put it back in a pan, put it on the stove, give it a little back and forth, shake that bad boy up, and post it. Black man from the Bronx makes the best chicken 65. Shake that bad boy up. So that's not in my dreams to do that. So I stay away. But yeah, man, I think yeah, sorry. I'm like just laughing myself today. It's cool, man. I like just going with the flow of the conversation. But we're still at the same point. It is a hard hurdle to get over. And when I say that, what I mean is, Rashas, if you're still with us, there's so much that you don't control, and you can't worry about that. You can't worry about that. You just got to move forward. You got to hold on to the things that you understand and repeat them if you're comfortable doing them. Don't cross yourself. But crossing with other creators and sharing information, I think is really helpful. And I shouldn't say that there's not enough people that's sharing, because anybody wants to set up like a little school and say, hey, look at my information. But I think it's deeper than that. I think if you are a creator and you're a small creator and you join someone's channel, you should automatically subscribe to them. Automatically subscribe. If you're a small creator and you go to someone else's channel and you see their content, because you could identify with what they're going through as a small creator. So like, I'm already disappointed. You have not posted a video in 4 years. So I got to call you out, But guess what? I'm subscribed now. I really think that those are the habits that we should have, because let's just be real. Everyone, even though the writing's on the wall that everyone should have a channel, everyone's not going to post on their channel. Everyone's just not going to do it. I actually don't even have a gauge on the percentage of people who will become, because to me, this mirrors what I've said for a long time about the people who consume and the builders, the makers, and there being a stark divide between. So like, I'm a software engineer, so for the most part, I prefer to make stuff. My mindset, my spirit is that things are makeable, things that are breakable, you could repair it. The creators, yeah. Well, you could repair things. If you depend on buying everything, and I mean everything, good luck, right? But some people are consumers. They wake up to consume. So from a percentage wise, like they say, 95% of people make, I think it's 95. Don't quote me on it now. I'll find the stat. 95% of people make all of their money through jobs, working jobs. And there's a smaller percentage of people who actually make money through some sort of entrepreneurship or different revenue stream not a job. Why is that important? That's important because it's very difficult, if not impossible, to grow wealth through making money at a job. Why? Because a job in your career, you have to show up to continue to make money. And while you're continuing to show up, there's an expense. There's a cost to doing that. There's a cost to your body. There's a cost to your mentality. And then life happens and you want to live your life. So indirectly, though you have a job and you may be able to afford your life, so you think, you're not actually building wealth. So if the writing's on the wall again, why wouldn't we all then diversify and find ways to make money in addition to our job, or learn skills that we won't have to rely on a job, since the writing says you're not going to be able to build wealth unless you're going to have to keep working to keep up your life, right? So it's chicken and egg. So I think when it comes to creators, and this, take the money out of it right now, we're a club of people who are actually putting themselves out there. And thanks, Mick the Pick. People who are actually putting themselves out there, and we are going through something, and we've had to have conversations with ourselves that other people have not had to have. Oh, .044. I like the name. You got a lot of technology in there. 404. Please, can you give me a line on what took you so long to do a thumbnail? Cause I can help a brother. If you would have pinged me, I would have did your thumbnail for you. I wouldn't even charge you. 4 hours? What kind of software are you using to do a thumbnail for taking 4 hours? And this is not to beat down on you. I'm saying we need to figure out, make the easy. Thumbnail designs. I mean, so there's so much rhetoric. Can I rate those? I'm not any kind of authority. I can give you my feedback. I have a 30+ year history with looking at design from print to web. 4 hours for all the thumbnails. How many thumbnails did you make? Sound like you were grinding. At the end of the day, and that's a good topic. Point no. Well, actually, I like 404 better. Page not found. So 404. That's a good topic. 5 thumbnails, 4 hours. Okay. So you that hey, I can't I can't judge you. I don't know what you're going for. But I think the algorithm and these platforms, they have us in a chokehold. Hey, Mick the Pick, what's your favorite chokehold in I guess in wrestling? You going with the $1 Million Dream, the full Nelson? What's your favorite chokehold? But they have us in a chokehold, 404, because at the end of the day, the platform. YouTube, let's just talk YouTube. They have you putting 45-50 minutes into each thumbnail, and the reason why you're doing that is to make sure people could see it, and maybe they'll click on it. You want me to call BS on that? I was just talking about this. This is BS. The master lie. Yeah, I like that. Maybe that'll be a poll this week. We got to figure that out. All right, let me just pull this up because we were just. Yeah, so but you're getting into the quality over quantity thing. So the problem is that if you were not being beheld to YouTube, let's get an example. Let's say we were in a college, a big class, say 100 people in a class, right? Everyone got the opportunity to watch everyone's video and judge the video. They're gonna have feedback on the video itself, how that video helped them, how they found that video entertaining. And what YouTube has done is it puts your video behind a firewall, behind a paywall, and what you're working on is the thumbnail to get through the firewall. You think that's fair? That's not over. In the long run, it's not fair, and they're also holding on to the lie. And I'll explain what I'm saying. And I love living where we are, where I could just attack the company that I expect to monetize me. But I was showing this short. I'm not who knows if I'll ever be a popular YouTuber. I just want to show you what I want to show you and give you my take on it. You don't have to agree with it. It's fine. But I think I have a lot of information and a lot of things to support that. So I make shorts. I'm trying to be very good about shorts. So what I was telling the group earlier is that I made this short. It got 1,600 views. It's been a day and a half. That's pretty high for me. I didn't do anything magical. I think the short was just of good quality. I didn't have a description. Unless you update the shorts, what do you call it? Unless you update the thumbnail, you don't have a thumbnail for shorts. They choose it, right? So they chose a moment. They chose this moment in the video to be the thumbnail, right? So this is exactly what you see on the screen is the thumbnail. So I was explaining to the group, what does that mean? Because all the videos I watch about how to get a popular video, they say, title matters, file name matters on the upload, descriptions matter, tags matter, don't post the video right away, let it sit for 2 hours or at least, put it as unlisted or private, let YouTube eat up all the data, let it index. I broke every rule and I got more views. Not just more views, I got like 3 times more views than I usually get in a shorter period than any of the videos that are up there. So what that tells me is, one, YouTube is deploying the technology that gives feedback rating on how good the content is. So I'll say that again. YouTube deploys technology that already know how good your video is. They already know what's in it. So they know that there's a big guy with a yellow jacket on who is singing and he's in an outdoor scenery. And that's the key words that they are trying to push. He's singing. So he's probably a TikTok goof, and we're gonna put this in the algorithm just like that. So why didn't I need a thumbnail? So if they could do it for this video, every video that you probably have, YouTube knows what's in the video. They know what you're doing. and we're forcing these thumbnails. We're forcing them to get someone's eyeballs when YouTube could very well align us better with people whose videos we probably would watch because they know all our habits. So I don't buy it, man. I don't buy it. But look, I could help if you want some feedback. Let me check out these amazing thumbnails you got going on. Yeah. Sorry, it's all good. Yeah, you're not posting frequent enough, my friend. I like your thumbnails, but I can do that really quick. I like your thumbnails. Keep it going. A new era of me. Yeah, you got something. Keep it going. Keep your theme going. Just from looking at the thumbnails, I like what you got going on there. But yeah, we're small channels. He hasn't posted Make the Pick. You see, like 2 years ago, a year ago, 7 months ago, 1 month ago. If you don't mind, I mean, I don't mind pulling this thing up, showing how good you got. Yeah, I like your... Yeah, don't set yourself up if you ain't... You don't have the... I don't believe you. You need more people. Well, why do it if the videos are trash? Then why do it? See, and that's the thing, Make the Pick. I 1,000% agree with you. I don't have to watch a video to say there's a vision here. I like it. It's more, not to bring it back, but it fits me. It's more nostalgic. I mean, he has a alert pop up. This is an old school JavaScript, damn near a Windows pop up prompt from Windows 95. So I get it. I like what I see. What does that, since we're formatting this for the algorithm, what does the algorithm see is the question. If you're trying to get the spike. Now, if you're trying to just come into your own and do your own thing, if you're trying to do your own thing, Make the Pick is editing it. I don't know about that. I give you my take. Look, watch this. Bam. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble. But you just, again, we have to, as smaller creators, we have to support one another unconsciously. Like this one, it shouldn't take much thought. You see somebody, you have asked yourself, you've gone through a similar rites of passage, and there's a lot of questions that we all have, and all of us wish that things would just pop for them. No, thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm doing something. I don't know how old you are, but I'm doing something that a lot of people that I know wouldn't do. Some of my peers, they may have feedback or comments about doing. I feel like it takes a lot of courage to be on here, put yourself out there. I'm definitely at the point where I'm somewhat comfortable. My challenge You got to have a challenge in front of you. Like, I can't define what your challenge is. Right now, my challenge is I don't get to control on the stream how many people, come in and stay and hang out. So when the conversation gets really good, it may be a handful of us, but 20 people who were in there earlier, they would have also enjoyed that. But just the nature of the beast, that people are just in swipe mode, it's really hard to hit the freeze. So my only way to really combat that is, let's climb the subscriber number, and then we're gonna switch over to doing a horizontal stream where I could do a fuller production and really get that through. So I mean, I'm not to say I'm wasting my time, but based on my research, posting the shorts are helping with discovery of the channel. The video, I think, like for instance, the video that I did, this video, this is really good for me. But when I look at how much subscribers I got from this video, I think it's 0. I don't even know where that screen is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got 0 subscribers from, oh yeah, it's right here. I got 0 subscribers, and then there's a video with 300 views with 4 subscribers. So you gotta pinpoint something, stick to that, and because there's so much to learn. I think a lot of the reason why I'm here is because of the challenge. So if that, oh no, Shadow Black's in the chat.
Bad boys. Bad boys. Bad boys.
Y'all felt that? Everything you do, help the channel. You're not wasting your time. You're helping your people on deck. No, I will always help. I think I'm a talking head right now. I get that. But yeah, Shadow Black is back, baby. Yeah, I wish this were different. I'm from the technical side. I wish that, I'll give you my vision. You gotta go. Mom's calling. All right, well, 4-4. You keep it going. I love your name. Do what you gotta do, man. I'll check you out another time. Peace. Shadow Black, drop your name, the name of your favorite homeless person in the chat. I was telling him about Rambo from the old block. Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. What? Shadow Black came in and I kind of lost my train of thought. That's messed up. Daxton's here? Oh. Daxton, what's up, man? So sorry, McThePick, I'll have to say it again. But I started the stream and this is what it looked like for 14 minutes. So I didn't realize I took a nap before I started streaming, and pretty rough day, some ups and some downs. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking for 14 minutes and no one said anything in the chat. I had 30 people come in and no one said anything. You gotta see. Oh wow, we gotta do a story of Rambo. I would love to interview people about Rambo, cause I don't know your vantage point of Rambo. I know my vantage point of Rambo. That's crazy. And you got a new guy. He's called Rainbow. He trying to steal Rambo's identity, but he couldn't pronounce it. He's like, Rainbow. Yeah, man, Rambo is that guy. Yeah, I think those things definitely helped me to grow up with a bunch of humility. Um, Thanks, Daxton. Like I said, man, it took effort to get to this point. Um, I was I was kind of disappointed that see, like, you guys aren't empty vessels. You guys, you know, you guys hold me accountable. You guys give me some energy back, and that definitely helps to drive the stream. I'm an energy person. Um, Today we met 2 new people. I'm pretty sure they'll be back. We had some really healthy conversations. Each one of them subscribed. One made Indian food, and the other has a pretty cool channel. Said he was working on thumbnails for 5 hours, and we were kind of talking about that. But yeah, it didn't start off that way. Crazy thing is, where I'm at in this little town, they give homeless people shout outs, and I send them on one-way bus ticket to New York City Times Square. What do you mean you send them to one-way tickets to Times Square? You send them there? That's terrible. Shadow Black is kind of incriminated, man. Come on, Bustic, you send him? Oh, you even got Denroy F, who Denroy F joined on was supposed to be a burner account, but clearly had his whole name in there. But I'll leave that one alone. Let me delete that message if I could find that. You guys had to chat and flame today. That's what's up. Denroy F, do you have a favorite homeless person since you jumped out of the lurking shadows? Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I was working on, when I say working on, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but when you conceptualize something, there's rhetoric that says that you've already built it, you've designed it, because you designed it in your head, that it kind of exists. So I feel like I built this thing. It just the execution phase didn't occur, but it was a docuseries called NYC: The Streets, the Trains, the Trafficking, and it was centered around and this is well before granted, I've never seen small YouTubers do this without there being a money exchange, but it was just going around, sitting down, and getting stories from their side. And I asked pretty good questions, and that's one of the things that I haven't been able to bring to YouTube yet. I have not released any content where my ability to ask questions is being on display. I don't know if that means I'm a good interviewer. I don't think that's the feedback you give yourself. But I feel like I do have good questions. Whether I hand those questions over to a real talent, that's to be determined. But yeah, so this is day, what are we on? Day 43? You thought she was homeless. You always wanted to avoid her. Then you moved away and she was your neighbor. Ooh, that's... Yeah. Well, the thing is, I put... I don't think Rambo was actually homeless. Like, at one point, I'm sure he was. I remember when Rambo was living in the park. He was living in Webster Park. They had I don't know if you guys remember, because Denroy F and Shadow Black are familiar with the park I'm talking about. But the park had the bricked up bathroom. When I was really small, that bathroom was not bricked up. And I remember Rambo living there. And then I remember when they kicked Rambo out, it was like this sad thing. You kicked out the homeless person. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be living in the park. There's probably not. It's probably not gonna work out long term. Even though Mick the Pig says he has a skate bum that takes care of the park. But this park had a lot of park goers. It's predominantly a kids park. Has a basketball hoop, handball courts, but mainly it was like a playground. So there's definitely an issue with the adults that hang out in the park and do adult things, and the kids get exposed to it. Myself being one kid who was always exposed to the stuff going on the other side. Could have lived without that, but I made it. Okay, so let's just read the poll. I don't know how we made it to 11 votes, but we actually did, guys. It must be this.
Before we go any further, let's be friends.
I should double down.
Before we go any further, let's be friends.
Yeah, I really can't wait till I could have like a full I just feel it. I feel I'm gonna be able to really do this production thing. But I have slowed down. Let's just read the poll. What's been helping you reset lately? With 36% getting outside, low hanging fruit. 27% talking with others, probably what we call free therapy involved in that. 18% respectively reflecting and staying busy. Yeah. I had to do my little take on those. Yeah, well, you talking about Denroy F? Yeah. You get some weird things. What I was saying is before when he said that, a lot of the people that I associate with being homeless was not homeless. They just hung out all day, every day, near where the people that would actually be homeless. They were like panhandlers, and they would just drink and just be near the bodegas, and weren't bad people. But that's why I would consider them homeless. But because of the times, I think there was a lot of people who, some were on disability. You got people on the GI Bill, that served in the military. A lot of different, stories. But nonetheless, there was a lot of people that you would see. Back then, not so much kids. You would only see like adults. And they always seem old. Homeless adjacent. Oh. There you go. 2026 it up. Adjacent. Make it adjacent. Man, I've not got this chicken off my screen since. Let me show you what I'm looking at on my other screen. When Marshaws came in here, I was looking at this chicken. Yeah, I know what it's like not to post for a year though. Year or 2 years. It's a weird feeling. I think the advice that I have for myself or anyone out there who's going through stuff like that I'm learning is it's if you want it to be if you want to have some metric of success, then just focus on you. Like when 404 was saying that he's taking 5 hours to do 4 thumbnails. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I don't think there's much of a return on that investment. I don't know who would ever suggest that. In fact, when you post a video, YouTube will make the thumbnail. Again, they have a thing to make the thumbnail from what's in your video. How can they do that? They watch your video. Yeah, we're close, man. We're close. I don't want to have a maybe we should. Maybe I'm not really a betting or a gambling person, but we should have a gentleman's situation where we pick out the day that we're gonna cross over 200. And again, I put the goal at 250 because I really want. It's not that I want to ignore 200. I was thinking about it earlier. It's kind of like when you're playing a sport, mini sports where, let me see. Yeah, I guess hockey, baseball, soccer, basketball, baseball. Yeah, so there's a point where there's a too close to be near your teammate. Like in basketball, you don't pass to a person that is 2 feet away from you. Like literally 2 feet, you don't pass to them. Baseball, it's really hard to throw a ball to somebody who's that close to you. You might as well do whatever you can do. Me and my son, we were watching when we lost power yesterday, so we went to Applebee's, and he was into the hockey game. He was so into it. He didn't understand how you could hit someone into the wall and not go into the penalty box. I was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is what the sport is. But yeah, so we were close. When I thought of bringing back the goal, we were like we were like 170-ish. Say we were at 170. And I'm thinking, well, the first time around, the goal was to get to 150. And that started when I was like 115, 120. Let's say it was 120. So that was 30 away. Right? So if I was at 170, in my head, I'm not actually growing if my trajectory is still the same. Like, imagine that. So then we get to, 200, and then we start to get into 220. Then I say 250. It's like, no, we need a goal that is going to help us to optimize the time better, so that we're working at a higher frequency, and we're used to getting more subscribers, on a stream, more subscribers on content posts, and we start to accelerate that, and then, you take those nice leaps. Imagine that 250, and we're actually getting there, and then we go from 250. You got a choice there. Your next goal is either, I don't want to say it, but I was 500. Yeah, 500. Because I'm looking at the increase in the increment. I'm not looking at passing it to my team that's right there and setting something that is, I would say it's realistic. I would say it is realistic, but I want to know the amount of effort that it takes to get there. So that was the logic behind the 250, and so far I still support it. So I still support what that is. The way that I'm pumping content out, I feel like I'm gonna be shocked one day that, let me just show you real quick. I love the interactivity of this, man. When we could just be raw about, about this. You guys have really been here to watch this thing kick off. And I'm super familiar with the YouTube studio now. See, like, this is the biggest issue, guys. I'll show you. This is the biggest issue. I don't want it to get too small on you. Oh, you know what? Let me put it this way, and then I'll drag it. This is the biggest issue. See this? See the last published for a long form video? That's the issue. Everything that we're doing on stream is top notch. The issue is that I'm on they behind. I was gonna say I'm on their ass, but I'm on their behind, right? And what I mean by that is I see the buckets now. The buckets are clear, and look at how they break down. No, that's far, man. That make the pick. That's not. If you're algorithm based, when I post something, you're going to think, oh, you know, when you get the message on, like, I don't know if you get messages from Facebook notification, you haven't seen this post. This person hasn't posted in a long time. Check out this person's post that hasn't posted in a long time. That's the area that the algorithm is forced to put me in because there's no frequency. So they want you to feed the beast, right? Now, look how they sort out their categories. So shorts, super frequent, right? I got yesterday, I got today, I got the day before yesterday. Super frequent, lives, every night, multiple times a day. These videos feed at the bottom, they feed into one another, right? These different forms of content. So the videos have the most evergreen, just say longevity value, because there's no value in promoting someone's stream after they have streamed. That's mainly going to be for people that are already connected to them, especially if it's a vertical stream. There's no way for people to really come across that unless we're already connected. So that's a different person. We're talking about discovery right now. Shorts are cool. The numbers are kind of inflated, but they don't actually give you, they don't contribute to the same monetization goal. So in discovery, the only hope that you could have is you get subscribers from them. So like this video right here, I believe this is one video. I got 3 subscribers from this video. I didn't make this short. So think about what's going on here. I did not make this short. This short was made by YouTube. When you go live, I went live. I forgot what day that was. That must have been this one right here, the 15th. Let me see. 15th. Yep, that was that day. So I went live on the 15th here, right? 120 views, not bad, right? I'm out. I was doing it outside. The lives outside are really good in one aspect because I have all the objects going on and it's easier for people to come and pose a question, ask a question. And that's what I specialize in. That's what I'm doing. So it's easy to talk back to it. So I ended up, in fact, I hate this plugin. In fact, we could actually play it. I'm sorry if I had that bed level music on so long. I just ignore it. This doesn't have any music on it. Oh, don't tell me my internet's okay. We made it. Almost. Okay. Now, think about this. I don't want to be polarizing, but YouTube, and I rewatched this full-length video, which was, I'll tell you the time. It was an hour and 12 minutes. Now, Shadow Black actually came and joined this one. I'm outside. I got tools in my hand. I got my impact nailer. I'm hitting nails in. The energy is high. I'm talking about all this stuff, right? And YouTube, when you finish the live, you press in live. Once you press in live, it already has a live highlight there. And it asks you, do you want to save the live highlight? Meaning it'll save it as a short. And now you have the opportunity to post that instantly. Now, what are the first lines of what I'm saying? And why do you think this video not only did well in shorts, it's according to the shorts that I post, that I put this work, all this work in, I was putting all this work into. But listen to what I'm saying. Chickens get killed by hawks. So the killed is what I'm hinting at. And I'm just having a normal conversation. But the algorithm is, yeah, that is a cool feature. But what I'm noticing is, one, it only does one highlight. The highlight is in the format of a short, so we're talking about it's probably going to be a minute or less. Two, what is going into why it's pulling back that highlight? If I have an amazing live and I want to show all this stuff, why is it pulling that as a highlight? Is it the interest? Is it their metric is called chat interactions? Why is it? And when I listen to this, killed again. I am talking so innocent, but if you took keywords from this video, my guess is it overlaps with a lot of the polarizing stuff that's definitely out there because of the times that we're in and what's going on in the world. Killed again. I think that's my third or fourth time saying killed. Fifth. Scared, gutted. Braxton, what's up? Braxton, you made the video.
When they
Why
killed
didn't you
the
tell
chicken,
me you weren't hearing this, sir? I'm so sorry. That's two for the night, man. That's two for the night. You thought I was just sitting here looking at the screen?
Chickens get killed by hawks, and I want to find the footage because it was some good footage. Like when they killed the chicken, and I'm from the city. I ain't really know what to do. I just felt like you rode up on my territory, and what do I do now, right? So I was like, let me get the camera. Let me go get a rake or something. Let me get something to swing at the hawk. The hawk was not trying to let go of its kill, right?
So, now that you could hear it, you could see that if you take a step, if you just came into a room and you read the words on the keywords that were pulled from this.
Right. And it just taught me like it worked for the kill. It wants it, but I had to do something because it's gonna think that it could come back for some chicken nuggets tomorrow. So I scared the hawk away, but then I was left with the gutted Braxton, what's up? Chicken.
Yeah, so my point is that I tonight we made this. Oh, it's definitely looking at the keywords. I'm telling you, it's also seeing you got object recognition. So it's me. They know I'm sitting down. They know I'm outside. And they know what I'm talking about. But my point is the real cool parts of the video, and I'm gonna be posting my own shorts based on that video, is I'm actually having a good conversation, and I got tools in my hand. You know, I got a big old impact nailer, and I'm working on this table. So why would that be the live highlight? Could it be that the chat interactions were really high, or it knew it was in story time? It overlapped with some quality keywords that I was saying. I think it's the latter, right? Now, do I change anything? I'm not gonna target stories that align with that, but where I'm a little weirded out by this whole thing is, I sit on this live and we've earned, because you guys definitely have helped me, we've earned 2 subscribers in this live, and it's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. I've had 2 goofs. We just finished one goof with you guys not hearing the audio. I was on Fade to Black for the first 14 minutes of the live. I worked my butt off to get back to a comfortable spot in this live. And, you know, I think we've done a great job. We've earned 2 subscribers. This video, which was just a highlight video of my actual live from the other day, earns more subscribers than my actual live the other day, than this live the other day. And it's a 1 minute, not even high quality from a footage standpoint, snippet of me talking about my chickens getting killed by a hawk and guts being out. And at that moment, the algorithm knows who to find. They know who to find, who's going to take that story and is going to give that engagement, right? So because I'm here, because other people who are putting content, they have to understand those things. And I think it's kind of sad that that's where we are. And it's not this, go to the homeless conversation, but it's almost like they have people out here that in the beginning, and not just in the beginning, it's like you're kind of begging for the ability to just showcase what you are, instead of just showcasing what you are and what you have. So I'm trying my damnedest to stay within the line and understand that I'm here to share something. I'm here to offer something. And I'm not going to let what I know about the algorithm, I'm not going to let the algorithm, beat me down into submission. And a part of that is going to be figuring out how to get that number high enough so that it's kind of out of my way and I don't have to worry about, the growth and being a small channel. So that's that, man. Yeah, cool stuff. I think this was a successful stream. Either way, I'm on the discipline. Last night we were talking about Napoleon. Well, we didn't mention Napoleon Hill. I'll just put this up and then we could go. But I mentioned the book, but I didn't mention the author. I don't think so. Yeah. So I was listening to Napoleon Hill, who's this guy on the left. That's Earl Nightingale on the right. And I think I caught an AI version of his video because when I was Be Real 82 says that's real talk. Yes, sir. So when I was on, I think it was the AI version of, because he was saying something about swiping on your phone. And this, this book is old. It's like really old. Like it predates like modern computers. And he's talking about swiping on. So every time you swiping on your phone, put your phone down. That's not discipline, And I was like, what he just said? Oh, that's AI. But the whole message was about showing up, and talking about people who just show up even when they don't have a reason, even when they feel down. I've done that unintentionally. It was like that wasn't my motive, but I've definitely done that. When it comes to this, I'm still a little bit lost on what it means to do, especially on YouTube. I'm still a little bit lost on what does it mean to show up consistently, like I'm doing every day. It's a selfish thing, obviously, because it started with me and you guys, but I don't know how much value is coming from that. But what I fear is, I fear if I were to do 3 nights a week or 4 nights a week or even 5, that I wouldn't be able from a day-to-day basis continue to get like those triggers, those pointers that says, okay, this is how you handle that situation. So this is still like a boot camp, really. This is the first 100-day boot camp to, trying to master what this is. So if I look at it like that, I'm okay with it because it's all a learning lesson. Yeah, I think you're saying no to me still being not understanding why I'm doing it. Like I ain't gonna say it's easy for you on your side. Be Real 82, 7 out of 7. I don't know what you talking about. 7 out of 7 days. Well, I have no problem doing that, but respectfully, I think I'm always looking at the return on investment. So you would have to come to the table, Be Real 82, and say, who are you actually doing this for? Because for myself, I've proven the ability to be consistent. The days when we're on here and, like, for instance, a lot of the stream team, shout outs to the stream team. A lot of the stream team, I got to get Denroy F on here now too, because he finally stopped lurking. A lot of the stream team showed up, but you didn't show up in the first 25 minutes, let's say. I don't know. I think Mick the Pick joined first, right? So there is no guarantee. Yeah, I'll give feedback to that. Be Real, you about to trigger me. Malcolm X died broke. Tesla died broke. You say doing it for the culture? No, you have to. I want to learn. Denroy F says never stopped. I think I know what you're referring to, but you like to leave you have like lurker language. Denroy F does not do more than, other than the story about the homeless person, he doesn't do more than 2 words in the chat. If you could clarify that, I would love to comment back on that. But yeah, you're saying doing it for the culture. What culture, Be Real? What are you talking about? I am going to be who I am, regardless of this mic is here, regardless of this being on stream. So I think because of that, I could see both. I could see me streaming and I could see me not streaming. Really, you just want to get a return on the investment, right? You got to see it from that angle. There's a return on the investment. Sometimes the return is, it could be peace. I'm not talking monetary. I'm talking when I come in here and I stay on here and I know it's YouTube, it's not me. But is it worth fighting? I come on here on Sunday and there's 25 people and it's super dead. And I'm trying my damnedest to hang on and hang on and hang on. Sometimes that's not like needed for the psyche unless I know the bigger picture, right? That this makes sense. So what I do is, that happened this Sunday. I think I chatted with Mick the Pick about it. I looked at the historical data, realized that Sunday is just a bad day. And historically, for me, Sunday's been a bad day, and I'm thinking maybe I'll switch it around and on Sunday not do super late, But at the same time, I want to be there for people who have the Sunday blues like I have, and I have to I have to be there to set that standard to show people like, hey, we're still doing this. So I do want to uphold the energy, but I just don't feel super responsible for that yet. We don't have it jumping to the point where I feel responsible to do that. Well, I don't think people should depend on the stream. So I'll just read it the way I'm gonna read what Be Real 82 says. So if you don't, I think you mean if you don't stream, how would that affect someone's life who was depending on your stream? How do you know that if you never had the type of honest conversation with your oh my God, I don't think no one else put constituents. YouTube is gonna ban us. We got people putting constituents in the chat. This is crazy. It's a violation. It's a straight violation.
It ain't my fault you're not subscribed.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel that responsibility yet. I think a lot of what I'm promoting on here is, Mick the Pick says he thinks that's a good question. Yeah, I don't feel that responsibility. I actually don't really believe in that because you got to depend on one's self. A lot of when I'm sharing stuff on here, I'm against having like a dependency. Now, people who continue to come on, I would hope that we get past being able to me being on stream, and if somebody needed to like reach out, they'd just reach out and we could just talk. I was my main reason. You're going like crazy. Yeah, well, listen, I'm not saying I won't feel responsibility. I'm just saying I don't feel that now. But my hope would be that I'm spreading information that could help people, even when the fits like, well, I don't stream in the morning time, and that person, may need that energy. But self-motivation is really, and really discipline is more important than motivation. So if I'm already promoting that, like I said, if we could get the Discord jumping, if somebody ever felt the need to reach out, then I think that's showing the candor and the care to what I'm doing with the stream. But I think I came on here to build community anyway, but it doesn't have to stay here. I mean, YouTube, you can't rely on this platform because they could shadow ban. They could not, you guys could send all the notifications and they could not come to you and you won't know. So it's our jobs to kind of keep up with each other anyway. and just figure that out. I want all you guys to grow channels. I've spoken to a few of you about that. I would say this: Make the Pick has helped to. It stays in my head because I love when somebody, people that I respect, like trigger me in a way. Make the Pick says, and I quote, "But you are the content." It's like, what? But you are the content. And I just respectfully, I have to understand that what I see is not what others might see. But until I have the metrics, so the metrics are going to prove to me, because you could say like, oh, you're really good at this, or I know this is going to work. Well, those are words, right? But where's the real feedback? Now, would I say that I see enough to say that this is going somewhere? Absolutely. I see enough to say that we are going somewhere with this. And for you guys to be here from the start, I know that, it's going to mean something to you guys as well, even though you're not on this side of the mic. I believe we're going somewhere, and the metrics show that, but I don't have anything that's proven to me that I am the content, where my idea is you guys are the content. Shadow Black, I've been trying to produce things for Shadow Black. Me and Shadow Black had an amazing conversation about I actually recently, you know what? Since Shadow Black want to be like that and not post, we gonna put him on full. We gonna put him on center screen. I think I had a short. I was looking for where I put certain things. One second. But I could talk and look though. Hey, you might have got lucky, Shadow Black. Let me switch. Maybe it's on the other channel. You might have got lucky, sir. Yeah, hold. Yep, I found what I wanted to find. All right, so let me read Be Real. Be Real is those of you who don't know, that person, that's a burner account, but I'll just leave it at that. But how do you know people looking at you streaming consecutive days, walking up, jumping on live is not giving them the motivation that they need to move forward with something they need to do? I don't know, and I would hope that helps. But again, it goes both ways. I know where I want to go and where I want to get to. I know that I have to put up with certain things to get there. Like, I'll give you an example. A lot of the people that hang out with us, they may not be people that I've ever or that I even should be hanging out with, because there's a huge age gap. People that come in here, so that's something that I have to deal with and tolerate. When I dreamed of starting this community, or just finding my people or my tribe, I'm finding my tribe. I'm finding like-minded folks. That doesn't include people that's 11. Was it Addie? I think Addie comes in here. Addie's like 11 years old. And so these are, new experiences. It's so early that I always have to be prepared to put on a good show. That's just feeling like that's going to help to get me, over the hump. But over the hump to what? I know I'm a good person already. People come in and say, oh, you're a nice person. That's great. Okay, well, you didn't convince me of anything. I've been doing this for more than 40 years. This mic and me having respect for others didn't make me a nice person. But be real, again, that comes down to responsibility. It'll grow for me. I'm pretty sure it'll grow. That I'll feel more responsible for the people that's in here. I'll treat it more like a job. I'm just not there yet. And then the best thing you could do is just be honest. You know, if people came in the chat and I felt that energy, that's cool. You know, I would understand it. And Make the Pick says I kind of agree with Be Real. That's a really good point. I think you've inspired plenty of people so far. I've seen it in the chat. I think I'll take you guys as your vantage point. I agree with that. All I'll say to that is I am here and I've been here and I haven't given any indication that I'm not going to be here. So sometimes teachers, I'm using an example. I'm not a teacher. I'm just saying sometimes the teacher still shows up. They don't want to be there. We've all experienced that. You know, people, you just kind of have to show up. So part of what I'm always, hinting at is that's the discipline. That's what I was just showing with Napoleon Hill and Earl Nightingale. It's like the discipline. So there is a side effect to that. And yes, maybe people are going to be impacted by that, but they should look at it themselves too, because one night that they may not be able to be here, I need for them to be the best person for themselves as well. So like that's the discipline that we have to get to, and that's the real healing. So if I could spark that, I'm more than willing. So listen to this. He trying to take it that way. You gonna have me on here all night. We're gonna listen to this and then I'm gonna read what he said in the chat. This is me and Shadow Black, who's Mr. Biggs. This is a channel that we tried to start a podcast called The Reboot. Called Hanging with Mr. Biggs, and it was on a channel called The Reboot. But listen to this fun conversation we had, just a piece of it.
Mr. Biggs.
I know there's a lot of failed walk across the country attempts, walk across the state attempts. I know there's a lot of failed ones. It has to be. Like, how do you think you would be successful?
For what?
Walk across the county,
bro. Your county?
Any county. What I'm saying, like, what would you do? What would you walk for?
I ain't gonna walk nowhere.
What about
I'll scooter across the county for obesity. Me and my scooter with a nice flag raising awareness for obesity. That's about it. Yeah. I ain't walking nowhere.
Yeah, bro.
You got the wrong person.
Damn, what's that Michael Jackson video with the chook?
Mr. Biggs, you know how to keep me, Jay. You already know.
All right, so that was a snippet. So we were having a conversation. It was a fun conversation. We were talking because I have this take where I think it's just funny for people. We don't realize how many people are doing like walks across places. Like recently, I think the monks were walking to DC, and because of the current, climate and social media, the news that it's not really like as shared as you would think. So I find it funny, people that do what I want one day, and this is where I'm going, guys. When we get to IRL stuff, you'll really start to see, the fun and the real. I want to do a walk. I want to do like a walk. I want to raise money, raise awareness. But I feel like because I struggle to garnish like interest in a sense, I feel like I'm gonna do a walk and no one's gonna show up. So so that's kind of why I was asking Shadow Black or Mr. Biggs about that and you know, Mr. Big's a bigger guy. He said he ain't walking nowhere, so we're trying to imagine him doing like a scooter run across the county. He said he gonna be on a scooter and doing it for obesity. But yeah, so let me read the comment. So when did I not? Oh my God, this is 3. I gotta play it again, man. This is 3. You guys don't care anymore, man. You just keep blowing my head up, letting me flow.
I know there's a lot of failed walk across the country attempts, walk across the state attempts. I know there's a lot of failed ones. It has to be. Like, how do you think you would be successful?
For what?
Walk across the county.
Bro, your county?
Any county. What I'm saying, like, what would you do? What would you walk for?
I ain't gonna walk nowhere.
What about
I'll scooter. I'll scooter across the county for obesity. Me and my scooter with a nice flag raising awareness for obesity. That's about it.
Yeah.
I ain't walking nowhere.
Yeah,
you got the
what. I'm putting up the bread. I want to see him scooter across the county with a flag. I'm gonna have the biggest flag behind that scooter. You have no idea how much troll energy I'd have to do that. But yeah, why I brought this up is because, well, knowing what I know now, I would do things a little bit different with the content that we were trying to put out. But I also don't have a problem with the content itself. It's the marketing behind it. Like what 404 was saying about the thumbnails, and then, you know, that kind of triggers me that if you go out there and you make something, here we are, me and this guy have been friends, you know, for almost 40 years, and we're still, you know, we're still out here. We're husbands, we're fathers. Each of us are fathers of the same amount of children. We share information. We want to get on, have a talk. Called it a podcast. And it was so hard to get traction. And I know it's not that we don't have good, entertaining things to say, but some of that breaks breaks your confidence that, like, man, I guess we ain't it, you know. And who is really determining that? Well, it's predominantly the algorithm that's determining we don't either have enough data or we don't think this is popping, you know. Let me just read, because Mick the Pick likes what B-Real says. But you have to get the big picture. Oh, you're a big picture person, B-Real. Okay, you are inspiring the youth. You are inspiring older people. You are inspiring younger people. That say a lot about your character. Yeah, it says a lot about your character. Yeah, but I think I'm not even gonna say yeah, but, because I don't think what I'm saying. I would just add on to what I said before and what you're saying. I am in line with that. The only dilemma is there's no difference than my normal life. So I prefer for this to be an extension of the same person that I am and character that I've built. Not this be this unique thing. Like, I had a bad experience. Wow, we got 13 votes in the chat. Didn't see that coming tonight. I had this experience where, I'm not going to mention it personally, but I went to an event where somebody was celebrated, like, by a lot of people. Say about 300 people, 300 to 400 people come together to celebrate you, right? And some are friends, some are community members, and then you have like the special family table, and the family table know you as like family. they don't know you as who all the other 300 or 400 people know you as. And that's exactly what I don't want, because and why I say that is the family was shocked because that person doesn't do for family the same way that they do for those 300 or 400 people. So there's the internal and there's the external. And I pride myself, yes, I have different friend groups, but in general terms, every friend group will say the same thing about me. The same way that all my new friends on, you know, on this
Before we go
platform,
any further, let's be friends.
they're saying the same things about me, and they're getting the same energy about me. So I'm just being who I am. That's the best that I could do, is just be who I am. And when I'm not comfortable, I could just be transparent and say, yeah, I'm not comfortable. But I think we have to pass on to all these people that might be inspired. I can't control why people might be inspired on here, just like I can't control why people might be inspired when I worked in youth development, right? I can't necessarily control that. It's just we move along in the world, and people are going to be impacted by you, whether it's positive or negative. They're still going to be impacted by you. So I appreciate the kind words. Be real. The best thing that I could do is just keep showing up and keep being the same person. What I don't want is for people to have a piece of me that doesn't reflect in who I actually am, and then I have to kind of guard what that is because of the fact that I'm living, you know, these two different worlds, like showing up to the big event, but the family's sitting around looking like, he don't do much for us. We don't know this person like that. Wow, he must do some great things. And this person's going all over the world and the country and getting all this acknowledgement, but then your own family, the people around you, they don't reflect you like that. So sure, my kids, just like, you know, every dad, my kids might think I'm corny, but they know that I'm loving. They know that I'm nice. So I want that same inflection. They know that it's not all peachy cream. They know that I'll get mad about something. There's some days I'm going to be mad on here, you know? So it's just trying to be who you are. And either way, I'm human. So I'm trying to spread good energy and hit all the emotions that I can hit. But I appreciate you guys inspire me, like I said. So everything you say to me, I say right back at you, because you guys have come and hung out with me a bunch, and you don't know how much it means to me. I go through a lot of times where I may not have the affirmation to know, like, this is working, or, you know, how are people feeling? So you guys even telling me this stuff in the chat, I'm sure smaller creators don't even get this opportunity, you know. So you guys inspire me. But I do want you guys to do your own channel as well. Because it would help. It would help. Because I think the stream team, at the end of the day, I think we have the secret sauce to understand how to grow. I'm trying to unlock a lot of that information. So, okay, so looks like we got 13 votes now. Still 38% getting outside, 23% respectively respecting with others and staying busy, and 15% reflecting. Engaging poll. I don't think it wasn't as fun. It ain't really deep. It's kind of surface level. That's okay. I kind of rushed through that, but I appreciate those for getting through it. Yeah, thanks, McPick. All right, man, I've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Didn't see this one in the cards. But yeah, guys. Any lasting thoughts? You said the Knicks won tonight. That's what's up. Check out when you get a chance. the WNBA is struggling with the CBA, collective bargaining agreement. You might want to check that out because it's not looking good for the league. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get off of here shortly. I'll hang out in the chat. I just want to play a few. Yeah. Say go New York, go New York. Yeah, man, I used to be deep. Yeah, they having trouble. I really want to do a video about that. I just don't know. I don't know how to get into it. To be honest. Be Real says, I just hope that you continue to be a great staple in the YouTube community, spreading love, knowledge. Yep, I hope so too. But unfortunately, it's like saying, does a bigger church have is a bigger church more impactful than a small corner church? So, you grew up in the city, so I used to go to church with my dad. It felt like it was 16 people in there. And those 16 people they were believers. They were jumping. I could say what I want, but they were into the rhetoric of whatever was going on there. So the size doesn't really tell you the true value of the impact. So we're up against something, and I say we, because you guys are riding out with me with this. We're up against something that I can't tell you that I am able to overcome. So that's what gets hard. Again, having a conversation doesn't have to mean that it ends with just this platform or it ends with me being on stream. I'ma still continue to just do me. One of the positive directional things that I've definitely done is posting videos, irregardless of how good or bad they do, streaming, irregardless of how good or bad it does. That's the plan, and that's gonna help to keep me connected. Yeah, no, that's the point, right? But that is exactly the point. Yeah. On that note, have a blessed night. Yeah, no, so it doesn't, the size of the church doesn't determine the what's really going on inside the church. That's why I said it. That was my analogy. But I do think that being serious about what and who you're up against, in this case, it's not a person, it's not people, it's a company, and it's a system. And if it wouldn't make sense to, I don't want to say war, because that's not a good analogy these days, but if you have a goal to accomplish, it wouldn't make sense to ignore what's going to get you over that goal. And right now, I'm 100% certain of what I'm seeing, and I continue to strategize. And once that getting over the hump is accomplished, then this becomes a nothing burger, and there'll probably be new challenges, but you guys, like you said, on that note, we're going to get out of here. I do appreciate you guys. I did have some work to do, but this was way more fun. So let's get out of here the right way.
Sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby.
Don't be a sucker for love, peoples. Peace. I'll be hanging out in the chat for a little bit.
Today for the 2030 Winter Olympics. Let's do it.
But here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha-ha, we are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows, and the cup is at the lip in the place.